Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fay. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant, like fly on sugar. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. You may call your first witness. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Howdy, Dick. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir? My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker, found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hand, sir. The court accepts the statue was evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Oh well, they might be idiots, but we have floor plans. Now, Detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fay, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fay. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fay at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? Why would she spit paper at me? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in witness's testimony, she would bluff it out and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? Just a little paper cut on my face. No, Your Honor, I'd like to begin my cross-examination. This paper cut still hurts, Maya. Don't know why you did that. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. I ain't gonna read that again. I remember this. All I gotta do is hit the 5th. You gotta press it. Press that. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. A little bit. I mean, all over her clothes. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. And get it right this time, or it's 40 lashings. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she had died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. The judge is not convinced. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor, why did you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know. I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. All over his hard evidence. How does she do that when the death was instantaneous? Objection! Detective Gumshoe, you are a liar, and you are not my friend. You can't possibly be my homie, but you still are my homie. There's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You said that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Mia Fey. That's really what you're saying. What? That isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, Detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But no butting your way out of this one, Detective. Order, order. The defense has a point. You shouldn't be butting around. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? I got it the day after the murder. Pretty sure. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being that I am an extremely crafty man. That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? The second autopsy report was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object, but there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way. Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have the time to write Maya. That is all. I am one smug, awesome prosecution lawyer. Oh man. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. You're so hot. I mean, I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright? You look shocked. Something you want to say? Detective Gumshoe, are you calling me a fool because I believed your report? Me? I'm not. Detective Gumshoe? I'm disappointed in you, handing him the wrong report like that. I'm sorry, sir. You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month. What? Oh, poor Gumshoe. You're really supposed to accuse Edgeworth of being the sham, but, whatever. I never picked I'm a sham, so. I understood. The court accepts the evidence. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes? Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Well. Time to tango. Witness, your name, please. April May. Thank you, sir. Yes. Order. An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Oh, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man at the court. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th, when the murder occurred? Gee, I was like, in my hotel room? Teehee. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Tango law offices. That's right, boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. There's a chick right there, in the kitchen with the candlestick. It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know, for no reason really, and then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her, and she hit her. Dramatically. And the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy. Hey, no wanton winking. I'm gonna have to send you out of the courtroom. Well, Your Honor, I see. It is remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any. Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright, I still live and breathe, man. I'm right here. What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? That was my teacher, not yours. Your teacher's even more of a jerk. Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Well, if I didn't, the game would end. So, yeah. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have the feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. It was like 9, and I'm gonna break every part of your testimony apart. She dodged? Dodged what? Well, the attack. Please continue your testimony. How do you know it was my client? Yeah, well, Gee. First of all, she had a girl's physique. And secondly, she was small. Who else could it be but her? Well, you're kind of small. I question your testimony. Well, hello, dog. How are you? What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that. You are lying. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Eh. Say, don't you puke in here. Jeez. Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me, 'cause I'm clueless. About this, I mean, and everything else. Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. Yeah. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. I don't know, I like it. Top knots are pretty cool. Knee cuts are better. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. It's totally not radical, man. But still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her. Right where I wanted her. I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. She hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock. Kind of statue-y clock. The Thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? I've seen better. I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. They're not hippie clothes, they're acolyte clothes, god dang it. The Thinker. You mean... this? Miss May. What you said just now was quite... revealing. Revealing? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Naughty Mr. Lawyer. You just said that this statue of the Thinker was a clock. There's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Of Mordor. He was Sauron. Order. Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? Oh. The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. No, I won't. The questions are all I have, Your Honor. As you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. At least once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. That was close. If he stopped me there, the trial would be over. What? So, what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question, you harlot. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's... because I heard it? Yes, I heard it say the time. Impossible. So you've been to the law offices of Tango. No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? It's not even in fashion. It's not even pink. I heard from my hotel room. The law offices of Tango, where the murder took place, are very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? I'm never satisfied. I can't get no satisfaction. No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because it could not have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's empty. That clock is missing. It's clockwork. How could you possibly? Just have a look, as soon as you can. Oh, I see. I don't see anything. See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. Too many S's in that sentence. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. He's calling the thinker stupid. Man, that's uncouth for a judge. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar. Fat? You're the fat one here. Well, Miss May? Oh no, he's doing that thinking thing with the logic. Tisk, tisk. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock was empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Oh, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is this lovely pink phone. It's kind of outdated. Take a look at this. It's a very cute cell phone. Oh, you have a girly phone. Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order. The defendant's cell phone. This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. My heart goes out to you, Edgeworth. Not. Sick burn, man. Let's hear the conversation. Your Honor, I think this recording makes it clear that the clockwork was already gone. And this was recorded in the morning before the witness even arrived at her hotel. My phone. My lying. My pink. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock? Now, while you answer, I'm going to take a sip of tea. Delicious. Well, isn't it obvious? I saw the clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. So the witness had seen it before. That wouldn't make sense. Oh, come on, Judge. You know as well as I do that's impossible. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? The witness claimed she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before. Well, the thinker itself. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible. Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh. Oh man, Phoenix. Let the punches fly. Oh. Excuses not on sale today. Breakdown time. Yeah. What's to you, Porcupine Head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die. Okay, that's twice now. People have, you know, threatened other people with death. I think this trend needs to stop. In this courtroom. Judge, come on. You're the judge here. Whoa. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Silly me. Did I, like, lose it? I guess I did. It happens a lot. Scary. Go away. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh god. Stop staring at me like that. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you had heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard it that it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. Now it's either the wiretap or the phone. I think it's the wiretap. Have a look at this. Ah, oh, that. I found this in Miss May's room. I was snooping in her panty drawer. I mean, no, shut up. I didn't say that. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, June, July, or do you go by August nowadays? You were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Faye's phone, were you not? Oh. Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple. I'm better than you. What? Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is the phone itself. I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong, or am I Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney? Objection! Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. La la, I'm trying to sing a song, 'cause I'm nervous. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May? Shut up. All of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer. Oh. Miss May. You're a firecracker. It's no fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it? Aw. That did it. The court seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Why the wiretap? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity tapping irrelevant? Nah, she's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of speech, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? I'd like to see her pull that off. Mr. Allaire, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Whoa, Joseph Joestar, you are totally amazing. Damn, she's good. No, you're not the first man who thought of that. And of course, I can and will. You can't be serious. No way. Wei, I say. Wei Shen. Oh, and I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service. Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee? You know, like normal coffee, but cold. Like my heart. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular or cold coffee. Iced coffee. No way. That's my one weakness. Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at that time of the murder. No, Phoenix, no! It's not over yet. So, where does that leave us? It is my greatest pleasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Mayafe, commit murder. No, they're just going to let her just walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on. Think of something. Guys, remember that bellboy? I think he should get on this sweet action. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious there, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunk in quite low enough already. I object calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, and thus, she is innocent. Therefore, you must accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Mayafe. That is my condition. What? I better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Guys, I gotta give up. I can't do this anymore. I'm not cut out to be a lawyer. Alright, I've got nothing to lose, except for well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition. Fool. Such a foolish fool. Foolishly fumbling about, you foolish fool. Well, you fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. Wait. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. It's freaking dapper. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. I am the head bellboy at the Pine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her in precisely the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to her guest, Miss May herself. I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Right. I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, I will be finished. Nine on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9. The time of the murder. Precisely 9, then. Precisely. Exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy. I'd like iced coffee exactly 9. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9, sir. Why would you be so particular about the time? You are sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, she, yes, sir, favored me with an embrace, sir. Some French word I don't know. Not French. God. Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir, but not a French kiss, sir, more of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never forget, sir. I have yet to wash my cheek. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Tisk. Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? I can't just give up now. I already used that joke before. I gotta protest. Wait. Please wait. Yes, does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. The charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? I don't think bed making has anything to do with anything. Tell me about check-in. Tell me about when you checked in, Miss May. Oh, alright. Very well, sir. My first thought was that she was a beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl, so it was a disappointment, really. I see. Wait a minute. Excuse me. What exactly was a disappointment? Well, I am not without charm, sir, but even I'd have a little chance with her lover there. What did he say? What did you say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person? I object. That was objectionable, right? I'm cool, right? Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Ah, yes, quite. Indeed. It was the, good barrister over there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Edgeworth, you jerk. You fool. I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In this new light, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. You agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Who was this other person? Simple, it was the man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Oof. Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who had hid the presence of the other man from this court. Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. I'll spout big words at you. The court acknowledges the defense's arguments. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of Maya Fey. The court is adjourned. We did it! Yay! Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there. Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know? Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool, too. That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips. It sends shivers up my spine. If you say so. So what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well, no. I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see. I gotta go back to jail. Oh. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May. He's the key. No, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway? I heard they arrested her. Guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir. I'm going to find out more about this man. You think he was the one who? Maybe so. Sis. Don't worry, I'll find it by tomorrow, I promise. I'm counting on you. So I have no one else to count on. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that got left on the record. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Mai doesn't belong in that detention center. It's up to me to set her free.